Right, well we've got a pro bike for you today, but one with a difference. And I think this is the first ever pro bike that we've done that's actually a training bike, and it is the training bike of Chris Froome. Now, important to point out that he's got a saddlebag and he's also got a pump on this side, if you look down there. So, for all of you people who obey those rules that everyone talks about on the internet about not having a saddlebag and not having a pump, the biggest pros and the best pros in the world do it. If you want to carry inner tubes in a saddlebag, that's absolutely fine. If you don't want to have a pump in your back pocket, that is absolutely fine. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the other details. He has got the Di2 Shimano Dura. Got a couple of little buttons up here so that he can change gear whilst he's climbing on the tops just here. In terms of wheels, very, very standard Shimano Dura C35s, clincher wheels, Continental tyres on top, which are 23C. They're not tubulars, they've got inner tubes, that's why he's got the spares in here. Most pros will use normal clincher tyres when they're out training. It just makes it so much easier to change the tyre and the tube if you've got a puncture. 2 bottles, because he's ready to go out on a ride that apparently is about 4.5 or 5 hours today. He's actually one of the few people who's still using the asymmetric rings. So you can see he's got a 52 tooth outer ring, but when you've got the big part of the ring just here, that equates to something like a 56 on the downstroke, and inside here he's got a 38 tooth ring. A few scuff marks here on the rear mech. It's obviously had a bit of a down at some point. You can see up here we've got the race number, so this is probably a bike that he did race on at some point. They just haven't taken this little piece of metal off here, which is where they put the race number that goes off the back. The rest of it, well, it's a complete Shimano Dura Ace Di2 group set, and at the heart of it is, of course, the Pinarello F8 frame, the very distinctive forks that Pinarello have had for quite some time now. In terms of saddle, well, he prefers the Fizik Antares. We've obviously got a choice of all of the Fizik range at Team Sky. And at the front here, we've got his Garmin. Looks like he's got an 810 here. You can see stages there written on it. He does use the Stages power meter, which is based on the left-hand side of the crank here. Black bar tape, so he doesn't have to clean it very much. And finally, you've even got his helmet and his glasses. So for training in the hot weather around Nice and Monaco here, he goes for this Mojito helmet, and he's got the nice Team Sky coloured sunglasses. Down at the drivetrain here, already mentioned the front chainrings, but the cassette is an 11 speed, of course, 11 all the way up to 28. We know that Chris Froome really likes to spin his legs when he's going up the climbs in races, and he'll do exactly the same thing in training as well. Could do with a little bit of a clean, I might add. Okay, if you'd like to see more pro bikes, we've got a playlist for you. You can find that by clicking just up there. And if you want to see my interview with Chris Froome himself, you can find that by clicking just down there. Make sure you subscribe to the Global Cycling Network as well. You can do that by clicking on the asymmetric rings here.